Good day, everybody. Welcome to the Bible in a Year 2021, day 159. And we are continuing on this wonderful journey through Proverbs 16, 17, 18 today. And you're probably finding it as hard as me to read through so much that just provokes us to want to meditate on certain truths that are revealed here, because it comes from a deep place. It comes from a deep place of relationship with Yahweh. And when we see what was given to Solomon here, and we know how it all ended up, it's really sad. But let's enjoy this moment where he was in his life in relationship with the Lord. So we pick it up here in chapter 16. And we start with verse 2, and this is absolutely perfect for the season, the age that we're in right now. We are all in love with our own opinions. Any amens to that? Convinced they're correct, but the Lord is in the midst of us, testing and probing our every motive. Yeah. Truth is more important than opinion. And just because it's your opinion doesn't mean it's truth. If it doesn't come from the Lord, if it's not found in the word, then it's just an opinion. And that's what we have to hold on to. In verse 6, you can avoid evil through surrendered worship and the fear of God. For the power of his faithful love removes sin's guilt and grip over you. And this, guys, this power of his love is demonstrated in Jesus Christ. It's demonstrated. It is demonstrated. It is on display for everybody to see that this is the power of his love, and just rips that whole condemnation of sin from us. It's amazing stuff. Verse 9, when your heart can make plans, when within your heart you can make plans for your future, but the Lord chooses the steps you take to get there. Don't exclude them. Don't exclude them. It is so much easier to walk in cooperation with the Lord, to walk in unison with him, than to have to be corrected along the way. It's so much better. So yeah, I just encourage you, bring him into every decision that you have to make. Verse 11, the Lord expects you to be fair in every business deal, for he is the one who sets the standards for righteousness. Okay, so let's just go with a voila moment here, okay? There you go. He is the one who sets the standards for righteousness. Can we just understand he is the one who sets the standards, period? He is the one who decides right and wrong, good and bad. He is the one who decides what righteousness looks like. He is the one who decides what is a righteous act and what isn't a righteous act. So yeah, and the voila here is the fact that this is the problem the world has with Yahweh. Yeah, that's why it's in rebellion, because most of the world wants to decide for themselves what's right and wrong. They want to define that, and to have somebody who sets the standard, most people just don't want to cooperate with that. So yeah, it's easier to pretend he doesn't exist. So in verse 15, life-giving light streams from the presence of a king, and his favor is showered upon those who please him. Yeah, see, it's possible to believe and not yet please. Life-giving light streams from the presence of a king. You know, and in this case, we're talking about Jesus Christ, and his favor is showered upon those who please him. So the whole thing that just grabbed me from this morning is that it's possible to believe and yet not please. You know, Jesus said that all a person has to do to be saved is to believe. But you can believe and then just do your own thing. You can believe and you can be at that place of salvation, but never enter into the childhood, the friendship, the partnership, the oneness that we've been called to. So that's important. There are those who they talk about you're saved, but are you converted? There's a process that's there. Okay, so verse 20. One skilled in business discovers prosperity, but the one who trusts in God is blessed beyond belief. So there are some skills, there are some things that are, they're good, but what you receive in that relationship with the Lord is something completely different. Healthy relationship requires trust. That's how it is. You trust the Lord, and you're blessed beyond belief. Yeah, it's an incredible life. Verse 24. Nothing is more appealing than speaking beautiful, life-giving words, for they release sweetness to our souls and inner healing to our spirits. So, like we dealt with this one yesterday as well. Something very similar to it. This whole idea of speaking beautiful, life-giving words. And we're attracted to that. It's absolutely appealing because when we know what it's like to receive those words. So it should be our desire. It is Father's will, but it should be our desire that we would be these people who speak these life-giving words. And all we're doing is we're cooperating with what the Spirit is giving to us to say. It's not us who's actually coming up with the words. That's important. Verse 25. Before every person, there is a path that seems like the right one to take, but it leads straight to hell. Wow, guys, that's so heavy. And it's not about me, it's not about you, because we've made our right decisions, but it's about the people that we love and really care for. And they're convinced that their path is good, but the Lord's not in it. It leads straight to hell. Old age with wisdom will crown you with dignity and honor, in verse 31. Old age with wisdom. Old age with, not just old age, okay? It's not just about being old, not just old age, but old age with wisdom will crown you with dignity and honor. But listen to this. For it takes a lifetime of righteousness to acquire it. It's not something when you turn 60, 65, 70, 75, something that just you're awarded with. There's wisdom that you have found in your walk with the Lord, in this righteous life that you've been living, this life that you've lived in oneness with Him. The amount of wisdom that you've gained in that relationship, that's amazing. Listen, you can be an old fart, and it's nothing to it, guys. Not everybody gets the privilege of growing old. There are those who die before they get to be old. But growing old doesn't mean that oh man, how to put that? You could have been very foolish all your life, and suddenly you're old. You're still going to be foolish. Okay, it's important, guys. Living a life that honors and pleases God is important, especially if you want to be considered wise in your old age. Chapter 17, verse 3. Something that we don't always want to hear. In the same way that gold and silver are refined by fire, the Lord purifies your heart by the tests and trials of life. But if we can grab hold of that and hold on to that, and we're in the midst of it, we can ask the Lord, what are you doing here? Like, what's going on here? What is this? What is this about? What am I gaining here? And ask those questions so that nothing is wasted. Verse 5, mock the poor, will you? You insult your Creator every time you do. If you make fun of others' misfortune, you'd better watch out. Your punishment is on its way. That just speaks for itself. Guys, we've been pointing this out all the way along, the importance that Yahweh puts on looking after those who can't look after themselves, looking after the marginalized, the destitute, the widows, the children, the immigrants, the orphans. Verse 13, the one who returns evil for good can expect to be treated the same way for the rest of his life. This is Yahweh's justice. There is, in verse 15, there is nothing God hates more than condemning the one who is innocent and acquitting the one who is guilty. His justice. Chapter 18, verse 10, the character of God is a tower of strength for the lovers of God, delight to run into his heart and be exalted on high. You guys know he's our source of strength, and we can take great joy in running into him. It's not something where we come hat in hand. It's what he wants. It's where he wants us to be. Any father responds to the need of their children. And he loves to do that for us. Verse 24. Some friendships don't last for long, but there is one loving friend who is joined to your heart closer than any other. Unfortunately, it's a friendship that is not realized by every Christian. As I said before, there are those who they're at the believing stage. They're just at the place of the cross. They haven't come through the cross to the resurrection and to the receiving of the Spirit and to all the life and abundant life that we have with him. They haven't entered in as a friend. They are a worshiper. They stand in awe, but they haven't discovered the intimacy of the relationship yet. So those of you who have, congratulations. I don't think there's any greater gift. So we're going to leave it there. That's great. You guys have a fantastic day, and I pray that you will see more and more of the Lord and be used by him in these days. So we'll see you tomorrow, and be blessed.